We should be live. What's up, everybody? Just getting things set.
Hang on, Jesse. You got a Star Wars shirt on?
Do I? No.
No.
Sorry.
You
Definitely doesn't
didn't
know.
get the memo.
No.
Did not get the memo.
No one told me. I don't know if I even own a Star. I might own one Star Wars.
I think you might. I think it was.
I think I have.
You know what?
I
I
think-
think it was a shirt that came. It was too small to me. It was a tattoo-in like farming shirt. Like
I don't even know what that means.
I know you don't. Trust me.
Water farming.
She still doesn't know what that means.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
I don't know if she still has it, but she did at one point have it. So you wear it once or twice.
I probably only ever wore it to like a Star Wars movie that you took me to.
No, I think you pull it out occasionally. It was rare, but she did. I don't know if you still have it. I have no idea.
Probably not anymore. That was years ago.
Yeah.
It was back when I was skinny.
You were skinny.
Yes.
You don't think that shirt would fit you now?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I think so.
Mm-mm.
All right. It is 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready, Chad? Let me hear you, Chad.
Sure. Testing 1, 2, 3. How's my sound volume?
You sound fine, Chad. Let me hear you.
Perfect. Chad sounds perfect to me.
You sound good too. All right, here we go, guys. Guys, archiving caches. That's the show tonight. Give us a call, 808-468-7824.
Call us.
Call us. Let's hear about your thoughts on it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You wanna know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. Come on, take a chance now. Go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's 8:30, which means it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. We have our co-host Short, and it's in the next room.
Hello.
Hi. And please welcome to my virtual left, our other co-host, Chaz, 427.
Howdy, all. It's archive time.
That's right, Chad. Tonight's episode 784, recorded live on September 20th, 2023, is Archiving Caches discussion. Phone lines Robins, give us a call, 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. And for you international callers, you can call us free via the web at callinstudio.com/show/GCPC. But first, guys, Chad, catch up with Patreon.
Got to pay those bills.
I'll make it quick, guys. 2 ways you can help us out. You go to paypal.me. That's PAYPAL.me/the Geocaching Podcast. You make that one-time donation. Or, Chad, you join Patreon.
Ooh.
The other side, the paywall side, the
You
better
get
side.
anything for that?
Oh, do you get things for that, Chad? You get extra audio, extra video, only available to our Patreon members. You get stickers and coins and pat tags and pins. And
The end of the year show?
end of the year giveaway.
Giveaway show.
Jesse and I were just talking about that, how we got to go through our stash and see what we have for the end of the year giveaway show. Got to see what's how many we got, because every year it goes, people come, all you got to do is show up and you get a prize. It's pretty good. So we got that. We got Patreon only shows. Guys, it's a lot of fun. There's tons of stuff on the other side. There's years of content on the other side of video and audio. You want to that, you know what? Not everyone gets to see, only the special people. So you want to join that, you can. You go to patreon.com. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and... Did you just sneeze?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
What
actually,
was that?
I blew into my mouth
Mouse.
because it wasn't working properly. So
Sorry.
That.
Sorry. I got distracted there. It features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
Live podcasting at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Write in the Rain paper. The logbook designed for the micro retainers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who'd rather go cash than do cash maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's logwerk.com.
I'm fighting off a serious case of the giggles right now.
Why?
I don't know.
me
something
blowing-
something struck
it
me as
sounded
funny.
kind of like a girl
know.
sneeze.
No, that's all I did.
I don't know. Something just struck me as funny. It's been a long time since I've had the giggles. Anyway, tonight we are also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios. Sorry, I told you. I got the giggles. Cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. You are not helping. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com.
And by the Max Suds Body Company. Max Suds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Be Gone soap, It Spray, and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Max Suds Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching seals utility items for geocaching. Our items are made in the USA, and we always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL, geocaching.com.
And by Arted Crafted. Arted Crafted creates unique geocaching themed tees and custom designs for you or your geocaching group. With adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL, if you have an idea for a shirt design and cannot find it, then you've gone to the right place. Give them the opportunity to show you how they can enhance your caching experience with your own custom design. Visit them at artedcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And by pattags.com. For all your swag and pat tag needs, visit our website to get creative help to trade or log tags or to purchase your own personalized pat tags. With over 49,000 tags to collect, pattags.com is everything you need to start your pat tag obsession. Visit them at pattags.com. That's PATHTAGS.com.
And by Geocaching Adventures LLC. Geocaching Adventures is a full-service travel agency specializing in creating the ultimate worldwide geocaching adventures for cachers and non-cachers alike. What could be better than having your geocaching bucket list vacation all planned and led by a traveling expert? Learn more by visiting us at geocachingadventuresllc.com. That's geocachingadventuresllc.com.
And finally, by GeoGo. Go caching with GeoGo, the geocaching app for Android that includes a Where I Go player, trackable scanner, companion watch app, and county finds database. If you're an advanced geocacher, GeoGo helps with powerful features like nearby cache notifications, optimized routes, offline mode, bulk TB logging, and much more. Learn more by visiting them at geogo.com. That's GEOOH-go.com.
And as always, you can find links to our sponsors on our website or, Chad?
Or in our show notes.
In our show notes. Welcome, everybody. Archiving caches tonight. That's the show. But before we do have some news here.
News.
Jesse, this one's for you.
Mm-hmm.
Got an email from Jim RKY. He says, just realized today and entered myself on the forums. Snake OES Charmer is having a Halloween mission. An unregistered geocoin, coin, not tag, and a Halloween card minimum to anywhere it could be. Must be registered by September 23rd. Now, guys, today is Wednesday, September 20th. So if you're listening this next week, you're too late. But you have until, what is that? Is that Saturday? That's the 23rd?
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's the 23rd. Jesse Brown, Queen of
Yeah.
Great Inventions.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I always intend to.
One day we're gonna watch you do it live on the air.
Probably not going to happen. Gotta be. I mean, like, I just got to be honest
We
here.
will legit pause the show and
Probably not going to
put
happen.
your screen on, and we will actually do whatever. Yeah. Chad, what about you? Halloween one.
He's doing it right now.
Doing it right now.
See, and this is why Chad's going to heaven, Jesse.
I could very easily go to the forum right now, put in my name.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is
Mm-hmm.
there's more than just that. There's like a whole second part of this where you have to find a coin and you have to ship it out, and That's the part that I know is
You-
probably not going to happen.
I'm thinking now. I am not in front of you, but I am thinking of your desk, and I'm betting if you look down right now, there's probably 30 coins on your
No,
desk.
no, you're wrong. I've cleaned it up recently. There
Oh.
are only 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's coins
5,
on her desk.
6,
Geo coins.
7. There's
So-
only 7
Unregistered.
directly in front of me. On my desk.
Unregistered, ready to be put in an envelope and
Correct.
sent to somebody.
7.
So,
Only 7.
where's the issue here, Jesse Brown?
I don't know. I have a whole binder full of unregistered coins.
Mhm. So, guys, if you want to take part of this, you can. You go to the forums and just put in Halloween mission, and you got to sign up. And then you sign up with your email, and then they will get you a person to send a coin to. It's kind of cool. I've done it before. I think I did the did I do the Christmas one?
You did a Christmas one,
I
I
did a
think.
couple of Christmas ones. Yeah.
hmm
So
Maybe I'll do it for Christmas.
there you go, Jess. Queen of good intentions.
Maybe.
Maybe. There you go. Thank you, Jim, for sending that in. And also, Jess, yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day.
It was.
Arg.
I saw nothing.
You didn't see any caches go left? Because remember, Jim also talked to us about those caches. I think like 106 caches went live for Talk Like a Pirate Day or something like that.
Mm.
Not local here.
Nothing local. Yeah, nothing within.
No, there was really nothing.
I've pulled mine in. Mine used to be 25 miles. Now it's 10. And so because I'm not on FTF anymore. So now it's
There
10.
was an event.
Oh, Jim says 114. Sorry.
There was an event, but it was in Indiana.
That's too far.
That's too far for us.
Oh, way too far. Oh,
Yeah.
way too far for an event.
Yeah.
No, we did go to Wasito though.
We did go to Wasito over the weekend.
So just listen to this, Chad. You'll appreciate this.
Mhm.
So Jesse has a cache in the preserve that we have, the Cedo one, and her cache has been there for 8 years. It's literally won awards,
Mhm.
and it's in pretty piss poor shape. Still active, but in bad shape. So I mean, it's 8 years old, Chad, for the elements. You know,
Okay.
in Chicago, it's in bad shape.
Right.
So it literally was an old ice cream container, okay, that she put duct tape on, to really stack it. And it was supposed to be an Easter egg basket. Okay.
hmm
There you go. There it is right there. So look, I mean, that for the record, that used to, sorry guys listening on this, she's showing the cache. I think that used to be pink.
It used to be pink. It was pink camo tape, and there was a handle, and I
It's
had it
how
decorated
great.
like
Oh, great.
an Easter basket.
Yeah. So, and inside are eggs, plastic eggs, and you're supposed to find the cache. So,
Spoiler alert.
yeah. Well, I'm not telling where the log is.
It may or may not be in an egg.
So Jesse's like, I'm just gonna replace it. So she took it out. She took it down and she took the cash out. And so now she bought ice cream. I think it was just I think all this was a ruse just to buy a big bucket of ice cream. Personally.
Probably.
She bought
I bought a big new thing of ice cream.
that we have to eat.
We have to eat ice cream now. but now I have to clean this up. Otherwise, if I don't get this cleaned up and put it back out, speaking of Queen of Good Intentions,
Yes,
I'm going to have to archive it.
you will. And then
and-
that's when the S really hits the fan.
Right.
As
So I mean,
we're gonna find out.
this is the perfect segue into
That is.
this. So the cache, like you said, it's from 2014.
14? Yeah, it's old.
2014.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have found it. It still gets found occasionally. There were people at the Cedo who came running back at the end going, there was a cache over there and I was going to get it on my way back, but now it's disabled. I went, oh, here you go. Sign in. It was kind of funny. Anyway, so should I mean, I have the ice cream, so I kind of feel like I have to, but should I fix it up and put it back out?
Of course.
Yes.
Or do we archive it?
Oh, you put it back
Well,
out there. Why wouldn't you?
Is it a good cache that people like in a good location?
Yeah,
Correct.
Won an award.
Then put it
all
back
of the
out
above.
there.
I won a Cache of the Month award
100 years ago.
for it. Yeah, probably in 2015
Yeah.
because it was from 2014.
Oh yeah. So that was funny that we did that. So we got the Cedo, we got the little thing. So to bring this all full circle here. So Chad, did you know? I did not know this. Did you know this, Chad? that if you archive a cache, you cannot put a cache in that same spot?
That you personally aren't allowed to. Other people can, but you
Mhm.
personally aren't allowed to.
Hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
All of the above.
All the above.
I know plenty of people have put caches on top of where old archive caches were. So did they change the rules, or is there something like at the exact coordinates, or what?
Well, I've seen lots of discussion about this, about people, that have an old cache. It's like more than 10 years old and the container is beat up and, kind of like mine. And they decided and it was like a theme, kind of like mine. And rather than um, finding a new container that they may or may not be able to make or find, they decided to archive it and place a brand new kind of container, different theme, different everything in the
Mhm.
same location. And the reviewer said they had to wait 2 months before it would publish.
Okay.
What was it called?
What was what called?
Somebody called this something?
Churning.
Churning caches.
Churning caches. Now I could understand if you have a cache that's out for a month, you archive it, you don't even change out the container, it's a park and grab, it's something,
Right.
nondescript, and you're constantly doing that. That I totally understand, but this is a good high quality cache
Hmm.
in the woods.
I don't think it matters though.
Right. I don't know. So somebody else commented on this and said that they had tried to place one where someone else had archived theirs that had been there for quite a while, and they were told that they had to wait several weeks.
Okay. I can kind of get this. I wonder if this is a relatively new rule that they've implemented. I know I have put caches out relatively quickly. I would guess easily within a couple of weeks in places where people have archived a cache because it's like I want that location.
Right.
Oh,
Uh,
I've done that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
so now, okay, it won't be published for a couple months. I can live with that as long as I can effectively reserve that space. So when I go to attempt to publish it, that it holds that place.
Well,
Mhm.
that I have no idea. I'm assuming we have no idea about that. I know when in 2015, 14, when the cache Jesse and I met at got archived, I jumped. As soon as I saw that got archived, because I had it on a watch list. As soon as
Mhm.
it got archived, I jumped and I threw a cache down and put a cache there, and it went. So
Right.
immediately,
So they must have changed the
I think
rules.
they changed the rules somewhere across. I mean, there is people talking about this online. It's not like this is being
Mhm.
made up. There are
Right.
articles.
And I can see that in some locations that it's likely that people have done churning, and I did air quotes around churning for those who don't have video.
Right.
So
Okay. But then other people in other states have said, wait, let me see if I can find that link again. That they worked with their reviewer and like specifically called out um their reviewer in the new caches saying, thanks for accommodating, and like they did exactly what we're talking about for a whole series.
okay.
So I don't know if
So
it's
it sounds like
reviewer based.
if it's an anti-churning rule, well, the reviewers still have leeway. Yeah,
Sure.
and if the intent of the rule is for anti-churning type of activities, and the reviewer knows that you aren't doing a churning type of activity, they might let you go ahead and skip it.
So you're
That's-
saying if you change the experience, if you make it a Virago or a puzzle rather than just a
right there,
They
and
might forego it. Is what I'm saying.
but it would still be based upon the reviewers' uh, opinion decision, because reviewers can, how they interpret things varies from place to place, reviewer to reviewer. So I would, if you're wanting to do this, I would talk to the reviewer ahead of time and say, hey, I've had these caches out here for a long time, blah blah blah, I want to replace them. I know there's an anti-churn rule, but this isn't churning because of this. Would it be reasonable to allow these to be published?
Yeah, if anybody's had this happen to them, let us know. Give us a call, 808-468-7924. Shoot us an email if you're listening post live show. If you've had this happen to you, we're just curious. It's never happened to me, and I've done it. So it's never. I've immediately put a cache out in the same spot.
Yeah, same here.
But don't you remember, like a year or so ago, that HQ was talking about like refreshing the game board,
right?
And they put out a blog post, and I'm going to read this part. It was a Q&A all about archiving caches.
So you're reading verbatim here.
I am going to read this verbatim.
Okay.
I want to archive one of my existing geocaches so I can replace it with an improved experience. How should I do that? Keyword there being improved. I think in my first example, that is, those are good quality caches. And based on like the CO, the number of favorite points, how many caches they have, they maintain their stuff, and the reviewer is very familiar with these people, right? They've been around a long time. Okay, so the answer in the blog is archiving a past geocache and placing something even better is one way to refresh the game board and share a new experience with geocachers. First, you should make sure your original cache has been in place for at least 3 months. Then you should make sure you have a new container and cache page ready to go before archiving the first cache. Try to create a new experience rather than archive the cache and replace it with the same one.
So if you do that, you shouldn't have to wait.
I would agree.
But then it doesn't say you don't have to wait. It doesn't say that. You might still have to. They might have just glossed over it. They don't have to say. And after a 2-month wait period, your cache. It didn't say anything about going live. If you listen to their wording,
right?
I don't know. I don't think we have any reviewers who watch the show live.
It's just a topic for discussion.
Sometimes I know one does. I know one of them does sometimes, but I haven't seen him. Let me look. I don't think he's in the chat room.
All right. Well, it's just a discussion anyway. So, Jesse.
Yeah.
Archiving caches.
Yeah.
How often do you archive caches? Are you an archiver, or do you try and keep them?
I think it depends on the situation. If it's, I have archived caches that are in the area that we used to live in. That it's not that far away, but I don't get out there very often. And so when we moved away, I did nothing. I left all of my caches, and then as they go missing, rather than spending a few hours driving all the way out there and back, I've just archived them.
Chad, what about you?
I've archived caches in the past, and I still got caches in Houston, basically, and I archived a few of them before I left because they were, I don't want to say crap caches, but there wasn't anything all that good about them. But the other ones I've kept up, and then as things went missing or something like that, I have archived them. I think I've only got 2 active there right now.
2 active in Texas?
In Texas. My totally tubular number 3. Texas totally tubular. And a puzzle cache.
I still have the cache Jess and I met at still live. It's in Elgin, so it's a good 40 minutes away from here. But it's a park and grab. It's easy.
Oh, I got one more. It's called Not My First One. So it's magnetic flat pack. So all these ones really don't need any maintenance. I mean, in the 8 years that I've lived here, I sent a friend a new magnetic flat pack to replace the one that was there after a hurricane went through there,
Mm.
and it was apparently flapping. It wasn't staying magnetized against the electric box. Uh, but the other ones have been staying in good.
So they're going, huh?
So they're going. But as soon as as soon as that one, the container goes bad, I'm going to archive it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse just was considering archiving a cache. We were
Mhm.
just talking about the other day. The one in Elgin, right? Wasn't it Elgin?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just gonna, because I think it went missing, and you're like, I'm just gonna archive it.
Right. Um. Okay, so Aaron, I'm trying to find this. Aaron just said if the community doesn't replace, was it good enough? He's kidding, of course, saying his cache is only because we have this ongoing joke about community maintenance. But I just saw a post about I can't find it now, where somebody said that the reviewer threatened to archive a cache because someone had posted a needs maintenance on it, and then another finder, because the log was full, and then another finder
What?
replaced. Newbies do that.
Yeah.
Another cacher replaced the log and said that in their log that they had replaced the log sheet, and supposedly, this is all hearsay, of course. The reviewer threatened to archive it because the CO should be maintaining that themselves.
No.
I find that very suspicious.
Yeah, I do too. That's either a reviewer on a bad day, or I don't believe that, because that's,
Yeah.
come on. Community maintenance exists. It's there for a reason.
Yes.
I know some people don't approve of it, but hey, man, if my log is full, replace the log, man.
If the container is there and intact, and the log sheet is saturated, if it's
Go
old and ratty, falling apart, full up, replace it.
Yeah, of course, absolutely, 1000%.
I mean, I will go out and replace my log sheets too, if I'm told that it's completely full up. But I don't mind other people replacing it either. Saves me the run out there.
If no one does it, yeah. Like I know in the spring or early summer, I did a huge sweep of my stuff because I was getting a lot of logs fulls, and nobody was replacing. So I went out and did a big sweep. But yeah,
I always carry spare logs with me.
Oh, at my car. Oh,
yeah.
That's what geocaching. I have thousands of them. Yeah,
right.
Even some in my drawer when I'm out of the ones in my car. Yeah. He loves to send me logs.
The only ones I don't replace are the nanos, the little magnetic nanos. I don't have a. I don't have a bunch of little magnetic nano rolls.
Jim, you want to send Taz a bunch of little nano rolls? He'll send you 500 of them. You'll never worry about it again. I'm just kidding there, Jim. You don't set up log rolls. All right, controversy. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Chad, I know you've done this. Jesse, I know you've done this. Logging an archived cache.
Oh yeah.
Dude, some people, that's a no.
I've done it. I've done it unintentionally. It's like I went out there and I've got offline database that I'm looking at. I find the cache, sign the log, and I go home and I'm logging it online, and it's like, this is archived. It's like verified. Look on my phone, and it's like, yeah, I've got my offline log there. I did actually go to the cache. I'm gonna log that sucker. I mean, I even done one power trail or 100 caches out of a power trail in Nevada with a couple of friends, and we had permission from the cache owner who had archived the caches like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, but we had the trip plan that we were going to run up there and hit these caches, and he said, "Sure, go ahead and log them."
Did you pull them too, or did you drop them again?
I
You dropped them
I,
again.
I would have pulled them. We had one individual in the car who didn't feel right not leaving the our logs there.
Why? That makes zero sense.
It's just
It's an
sense,
archive.
his senses of the rules.
Garbage.
Yes, his senses of the rules. So
Mm-hmm.
don't worry. After a couple of years, the desert up there will eat the caches.
I mean,
we literally had containers where we would pick them up and they would eggshell on us. They were, like the 35 millimeter containers.
Yeah.
They would literally eggshell because of the time baking in the sun.
Oh, sure.
Or
Those things,
heat, yeah.
Yeah, I've intentionally found them, not unintentionally. Jesse and I both have intentionally found it. There's a cache out here. I can't remember where it is. It's called Twofer. It's a cache on top of the archived cache that's still there, so you can log 2 caches at one cache.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know we've do it all the time. I don't have a problem with it, but I know people do. But that leads us into our another conversation, Chad, is geotrash.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving the trash behind, archiving a cache, not going and picking up. I go pick up unless I know it's gone. If I archive it, I will go pick it up eventually. I mean, I do it in the beginning. I will go get it, mainly because I want to reuse a container, but because I'm lazy and I just want to reuse a container. But
in general, I will go and do it. I will admit that there are probably 3 caches in Texas where I didn't go and at least see if the container was there. The containers were all, I had multiple DNFs, and so I assumed the container had disappeared on all 3 of those.
Mhm.
But no, I'm not flying out to Texas, and I am not going to ask a friend
No.
to go clean up go look to see if the container is still there because it got DNF to a point where it's like, yeah, the container is
it's not there.
Not there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it's an extreme hard find or something. So the container went missing.
I mean, so logging archived caches wouldn't happen if people picked up their trash.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I shouldn't say most. A lot of people either get around to it eventually. Hopefully they get around to it. Or just leave it there.
I've gotten ammo cans from getting archived caches.
Nice.
So a friend of mine who it's like when he archived his caches, it's like, it's like, I see you archived the cache, or it's like, you mind if I log it? It's like, go ahead. And if you find it, take the container. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Twist my arm.
Yeah. Jess, what about you?
I'll be honest, I was not listening to that story.
What are you doing?
I'm going down a rabbit hole because I'm trying to find that post that I was talking about, but I just came across somebody who said,
we moved past that, Jess.
I know we have, but hold on. Once upon a time, I happened to notice a cache had been archived because the owner was AWOL. So I made up a short story about why they were missing and posted it as a new cache using all the same info. The reviewer came back and told me I couldn't do that. I asked why I couldn't use a perfectly good cache and cache spot for a geocache, and I got no response. That seems weird, but anyway.
Just do an ode to blah 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 cache.
Right. You don't have to say that it's the same container. I've actually recycled containers that I've come across.
I recycle. If I go to pick up my trash, it's to recycle the container. I'll use the container again.
No, I've recycled containers that I found of other people's archived caches.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And that's what was actually
in the
talking
same
about.
spot. Oh, okay. Well, perfect.
Remember that one, Jess? We found 5 containers
at the same location.
at the same. Remember we were doing
we were doing a We were out in Iowa doing the
the challenge
Cheeto,
runs.
the trail of Cheetos.
Yeah, the Cheeto Trail. 5 containers, chick.
5 containers
Wow,
at
I
the
don't think I
same
found that
spot.
many. I found at least 3
It's
before, but
ridiculous. Yeah. Like, oh, and that's all archived. So I mean, we took all the other 4 with the one. Took the other 4
Well, yeah,
because
because there were others that were missing. So we
Yeah,
we
so
used them. I mean,
we did use them. Yes. So we have got a call here. It's from
Good evening, guys.
Connecticut. Hi. Hi. What's up?
How are you all?
Your sound is too long. That's how it is.
I'm sounding too low.
No, your sound is too long.
oh.
What's up?
So talking about archive caches,
Yeah.
we have a reviewer here. His name is GeoCrater.
Uh-huh.
He's not even local to New England,
Mhm.
but his task is to flag the caches that are marked as needing maintenance or multiple DNFs. And, the 30-day flag, fix your cache.
Mhm.
Then there's the 60-day flag. If it's not fixed in another 30 days, it's going to get archived.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been more caches archived in the past 2 years here in Connecticut than have been posted. And a lot of times, some of these caches have community maintenance done, but because the CO did not go in and mark maintenance on it,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't clear the needs
Clear
maintenance
the
flag.
maintenance, yeah.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get archived.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of geo litter out there because the reviewer archived it because you can't do community maintenance. The CO has to take care of his cache.
I have a question for you, Skip. Here in Chicago, our reviewer says that if he archives your cache because you didn't replace it, because you didn't have, you let the time expire, he will not bring it back.
Correct.
Now, is that him, or is that, I don't know if
that's an HQ thing.
That's an HQ thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, it says
HQ thing.
I actually just saw that archiving a cache is meant to be a permanent action. Only community volunteer reviewers and geocaching HQ can unarchive caches. This is done only in rare circumstances and only if the cache meets the current geocaching guidelines. If a cache is archived by a reviewer or staff for lack of maintenance, it will not be unarchived.
I see. Back in the day, the golden age, you'd be like, sorry, dude, I forgot. Can you put it back? You'd be like, yeah, bink, it's back.
Right.
Can't do that anymore, apparently. Yeah.
Well, I think that reviewers should be able to say, oh, community maintenance is being done on this. Okay, we'll let it slide.
Well, they do, though, because there's old caches that absolutely
Not
get community maintenance. I'm talking about old caches, but we're going to get to that. But so it does get done, and it is allowed, and it's looked at the other way, because it does get done. Community maintenance does happen, obviously.
Yeah, not here with this GeoCrater.
Yeah, but that's a good. Hey, man, it's refreshing the game board. You got to see the positive, man.
Well,
glass half full.
Unfortunately, the game board isn't really getting refreshed. It's just getting decreased.
Well, you could put out a cache every now and again there, champ.
Yeah, I have put out caches. How many do you? Let's not go there.
I'm not going down your rabbit hole, sir. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I could go on about archiving caches a lot, but I'll let you get into it because you guys got lists.
Okay, buddy. You be well. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you another time.
Bye.
Bye.
We've got California on the call here. California. Hello.
Hello, sir. How are y'all doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
Doing good. I was out to dinner with my wife and haven't listened to any of the show, but I was anxious to call in and tell you about my experience refreshing the game board, which involves archiving caches.
It certainly does. And I know you're a big person of refreshing the game board.
You know, I don't think I came up with the idea, but I've certainly been a proponent and
Absolutely. Yes.
an outspoken advocate
Yes, you have.
of
Yes.
refreshing the game board.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I immediately thought of you when I thought of
So-
that. Yes. You come to mind.
Say
when I
that
think-
again.
I said, when I think of refreshing the game board, I think of GSM times 2.
Very good. So I came up with, you know, had this idea of, hey, I'm going to refresh the game board. And the first day that I went out, it was very interesting what happened, because I had 3 geocaches that had gone missing, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to archive those and refresh the game board. So I get to the first one. It's a LPC that I had adopted years before, and of course it's gone. So I look around and I go, you know, over there, that's a better place. There's a more interesting hide. I could hide over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and hid that, archived the cache, and set out a new geocache that was actually quite a bit better than an LPC. So that was the first experience. I go over to the next one, and it's a guardrail cache that, again, I had adopted years before, and it's missing. But I had my laptop with me, and I thought, oh, you know, this is fairly old. I wonder how many caches around here were set in this month and year. And I look, and I go out 10 miles, none, 20 miles, none, 50 miles. I finally find a geocache that it was set in that month or year. It's not even in this county. Essentially, this is the only geocache set in that month and year
Oh my goodness.
in this county.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you gotta say you can't. Yeah, right.
Exactly. I get on an Altoid tin, put a magnet in, and put a log in, and that cache lives on.
Hey, you know, kudos
the
to
third
you.
one.
Wait, hold on. Kudos to you, because
Go
most
ahead.
people wouldn't even do that. Most people wouldn't.
Right.
check. They would just archive. So kudos to you for actually checking that out to see. You know.
Yeah, and you know, I think that fits right into your discussion on when to archive and when not to archive.
That's what we're going to lead into next. So yeah, like we'll keep going. Finish your story. Yes.
Okay, so then I go to the next one, and the next one is a cache that I set a long time ago, but it's, you know, when I'm setting 100 caches that year, there's nothing special about this cache. As a matter of fact, it's called Back to Nature because it was on the back of a sign over at Lake Casitas, and the sign said Back to Nature.
Mm.
They have since replaced that sign. It's not the same name or anything like that. And I just figure, okay, you know, I'm going to go and this is going to get archived because it's missing. But I read some of the logs, and apparently it's still around. It's just not where I hid it. So I get up there and I look around, and I find it. And it's just a pill bottle, and it's sitting on the ground. And I walk back, and as I'm walking back, I'm pill bottle and archive this and refresh the game board. But I pull out the log, and it's the original log, 12 years old, with all these names of people that I know who don't geocache anymore, all these memories. I get back to the car and get out a container, put that log in, put another log in because this one's almost full, and it lives on, or it lived on. And then it eventually did go missing, and when it went missing with all those original signatures, it got archived and refreshed. So kind of interesting the way to make your decisions on what's to archive and what's not to archive.
Which
I thought that was a great first run.
Which leads us into the next topic is, when do you archive, and how old does it have to be? Because a lot of times I have a cache I put out in 2009. Okay. It's one of the first caches I put out. It's the crappiest hide, but it's from 2009, and it's my
Right.
hide, you know.
Right.
When does that get,
Yeah.
now that's an old cache now, that's pretty old now,
That's an old cache, and you have some attachment. It's your first hide.
Right.
Yeah,
But my
so
point
it
being
is-
is that, like, but it's not even just mine. It's an oldie now. It's not, it's an oldie cache now. Would it
Right.
behoove me to archive it, or should I, hey, you know what? It's an older cache. You should leave it.
And maybe this is where you go ahead and you look around and see what other old caches are in the area, and and then that gets into what's an important old cache, because one of the things that makes makes these legacy geocaches so rare is that they are so rare, but that's what makes them so attractive. And if there was a lot of 2009 geocaches out there, are they that attractive? Especially
Right.
since,
Yeah.
a lot of the old caches involve hikes and go to great places.
Sure.
And, the 2009 caches by that time,
Yeah.
we're in guardrails,
Yeah.
LPCs,
Yeah, right.
and bushes.
I'm in a baseball field, under under bleachers, is where it is.
Right. Oh, under bleachers.
Yeah.
I would steal that, and you'd have to archive it. My least favorite hide.
Oh, and it's such a sea hide too. It's the worst. It's the worst hide. It gets DNF'd all the time because people, it's not where you'd think it would be, so people DNF it all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
It's one of those. Yeah. Go ahead, Jeff.
I think we need to differentiate though between like what's special to you and what's special to the game. Right? So like you don't want to archive that cache because it's your first cache and it means something to you, but to anybody else it's just a bleacher hide from 2009, right? That all of the locals have already found.
Oh yes. And
it's not like it's, an oldie or an old virtual or like something else special that couldn't do again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I don't archive it. I really don't. I mean, there's one literally almost across the street from it at an ice rink that I've replaced probably 5 times. And it's an LPC. It's a crappy hide. I don't know why it is on archive it. Why? Just because I've had it for so long. It's literally that because I've had it since like 2009. It's like I could I've archived other caches that are almost that old.
Right.
But for some reason, original second year ones are special to me.
And that exact question is on my list to ask is how many times does one of your caches have to be muggled or go missing and you replace it before you finally throw in the towel and hit that archive button?
Right. And that's a good question. All right. Hold on.
I didn't mean to hijack the
conversation. No, you're not at all. GSM times 2. Good to hear from you, buddy. I appreciate your input.
That's good to hear from you. Talk to you later. Looking forward to hearing the rest of the show.
Thanks, buddy. Be well. Sorry, I got to move it along because we have got Lost Ken coming in from Lewiston. Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. If you type in 1-800 in your number, you get a totally different kind of show.
I know that. Yeah, I know.
We just recently learned that. Apologies to all those who've misdialed.
Would have called in a half an hour ago, but I got distracted. So I got a question on this whole, archiving or recommending archiving or anything. I've got a cache here near us that we wanted to put a cache. It's in the way. It's got 77 finds. It's got 14% favorite points. It hasn't been found since May of 2020, but it was in 2006. What's your opinion on that?
Has it not been found because no one's gone for it, or does it have DNF since then?
It gets a DNF every year. 2020 was a DNF. March of 2021, December of 2022. It was found in 2021.
Was it actually found?
But those were the only ones that looked for it. What's that?
Was it actually found?
Did you go there and verify that the container's still there?
Container's still there.
I went there. It's a puzzle cache, and it's got a checker on it, so I know I was in the right spot. I'm recovering right now from a surgery, so I'm doing some physical therapy, and it's where I do my physical therapy. And I have been out there 3 times, and I dug around pretty hard, 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I spent total more than an hour and a half at that site, and one of the DNFs is somebody with 28 finds that they DNF about every 3rd cache they come across, but the other ones are all one of them's 16,000 finds. I mean, they're not novices.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
know,
Yucca. Yeah, those are always hard. I mean, because I know a lot of around here anyway. There's two types of hiders. There's a puzzle hiders anyway. There's a puzzle hider who hides for his buddies, who nobody else finds it but his buddies, and that's it. So it's
Right.
basically trash for everybody else. It's just hogging a spot. And then there's the people who have done puzzles, and they did them 10 years ago when everybody in the area has found them, so they haven't been hit since like 2017. Just because nobody's hitting it because everybody's got it already. So I think I don't know where you fall under there, but like if are you asking like is it from 2006? You say it's from, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's an old one.
Wow, that is an old one. Yeah. Oh.
But it's truly not there. I mean, we got some cashers coming down this weekend that I'm gonna try and get them to look,
right.
Trying to get 3 or 4 people to look and verify that I'm right, that it's not there. Because, I miss a lot of stuff. So,
no, that's a tough one. I don't know. Chad, what do you think?
Contact the cache owner and see if he's willing to let you replace the container. Say you're going out there with a crew of people. It's like that you've been out there 3 times. You got multiple DNS and do you mind if I replace the container? I've done that with a couple people, and I've replaced some containers on actually highly favorited, but it was getting DNF'd, and it was out of a location that's not easy to get to, and it's like, okay, I'll bring a container with me. If I don't find it, I'll replace it with permission of the cache owner.
There you go.
The original hider has adopted it out, and the cacher that owns it now is not responding.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, I've been trying. I really have.
Yeah, I understand.
Trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. It's 2006. That's an old one. But if no one's finding it, what's the word? Why keep it there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, your options are if the CO is not responding.
Right.
If the CO is not responding, you have multiple people who have searched for years for it. You could either somebody replace it if you feel as a community it needs to stay because it is so old, or if it's really of no significant value other than, it's not a smiley yet on your map.
Right.
Throw a needs maintenance on it.
Yeah, it'll get flagged.
Not necessarily a needs archive. If you put a needs maintenance on it, that'll bring it to the reviewer's attention, and then they can do with it what they choose. I don't know. That's my opinion.
That's actually
my 2 cents.
Yeah. Both Chad and Jesse, both good advice there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, good.
All right,
I
buddy.
appreciate it.
Good luck. Let us know what happens. You be well.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Ken. Bye. I got California on the line, guys. Hello.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing, bud?
Good. Who is this?
This is Barry, Master Sergeant USMC.
Oh, hey, how you doing, pal?
Sorry, man. San Diego phone, but still live in Minnesota.
What's up, pal? So it's not California, it's Minnesota. What are you doing with a California?
I have a San Diego phone number.
Yeah, you actually.
There you go.
Yes. What's up, Bear? It's Master
I
Sergeant. What's up?
Figured I'd make a comment on archiving, and then if you would oblige me for a couple things after. But
okay.
The last couple, what you said recently, just a second ago, about all the locals finding it, and I've heard over the last a couple other geocaches are talking to other folks. I think what I've come to decide was, I have a lot of caches that I hide in my little area of town, and to what you had just mentioned with the previous caller, all the locals have found it.
Yep.
Right, and what I thought, as we're thinking about goals every year and thinking about what I'd like to do in 2024, I know GMX times 2 is always saying, hey, refresh the game board. And I think some of the goals that I'll build into next year will be doing that kind of stuff, right? All the locals have found it. And I've got some old caches from the 2000s, 11s, and 12s that aren't getting hit. But if people come from out of town, they're either going to hit that or they're going to hit a new one that I place, in the next couple of months. It doesn't really matter to them much.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I figured, after hearing a bunch of people, I figured if finally take me a little bit, but put it on my goals for next year to start kind of turning over some of those caches that are just kind of normal run-of-the-mill caches, and start putting some new ones out for the folks around me, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I could easily do that. You know, I could. I'm hogging some pretty good real estate. You know, just because I'm selfish. So I could, you know, I could actually try Jesse's thing and actually, you know, archive my caches and then put new ones out. You know, better ones. I shouldn't say no, better experiences out in that area. You know, because remember, I hid these in 2009. You know, I mean, that was basic, simple. I can make them a lot more interesting now. You know, so I could do that. I might do that. You know, maybe, like you say, maybe next year. Maybe put it on next year.
I encourage you guys and all the listeners. You know, we all have our goals for each particular year, but they're almost all cemented in finding stuff. Maybe it's time to kind of redo our hides a little bit.
Sure, I'm all for that. Yeah, I mean, GSM times 2 has been you know, calling about that for years. You know, about that to do
years,
that.
Yeah. And if you would oblige me, if you don't mind talking about a couple of things really quick.
Okay.
I took all of your guys' advice, and I finally went to Gilby last weekend.
Oh, and how was Gilby? Look at you changing the subject.
It was awesome.
Go ahead.
It was awesome.
I told
there
you.
were so many cool geocaches.
People, you think I'm lying to you? Yes, it's awesome.
There's like, I don't know how much the number is. Maybe like 175 somewhere in there. Gadget caches just spread around that little town, and had a great time. You know, some I did by myself, some I did with some friends that I knew, some I did with some complete strangers. Not all of them, but a lot of them challenging, but not necessarily undoable. And I mean, they were so good that literally I left like 20 there. I could have probably done more, but I wanted to leave some there so it makes me go there again next year. Right? Those were that kind of good.
Yeah. Oh, you're preaching to the choir here, kid. Yeah, I know. Yes, they are amazing. I mean, every cache was just fantastic. It's one of those. Like, you're not going to find
really,
crappy
really
caches
good.
out there. Yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was really good.
Lived up to the hype. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Good.
And then lastly, if you don't mind, one of my good old geocaching friends, Canuck 1867.
Yes.
She's a good friend. She's a great geocacher, and you called it. She threw a gauntlet down a number of weeks ago on me. And,
she did.
You had mentioned on the call that I would immediately hear this and call. And but you also said that while I listen to all of your shows, I don't listen to them live.
Correct.
So I heard it about 4 weeks late. As a matter of fact, on this road trip to Gilby, I immediately called you when I heard it.
You did, yes. Yeah.
So,
you know, it's funny, guys. He calls me. Wait, hold on. He called me. This happened literally 6 shows ago, I think, 6 or 7 shows ago. She's Canuck talked about having a battle of logs with USMC. Chad, do you recall this?
Yes.
Okay. And so I said, "Oh, Barry's going to immediately call me when he hears about this." Barry, and then I totally forgot about it. Totally, because Barry didn't call me for like he didn't 2 days. I didn't even think about it, out of my head. And suddenly Barry calls me out of the blue. Chad, earlier in the week, last week,
oh, over the weekend.
Over the weekend, Barry calls me. He's like, "What is this?" Like I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Canuck." I'm like, "Oh my God, I forgot all about it." Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that, Barry? She dropped it. She dropped the gauntlet there.
Well, she did drop it, unknown to all. She did drop it, and I really like her. She's a great lady, a great geocacher. But throwing a gauntlet down against a Marine does a couple things really quick, right? I get to know who my enemy is, and Canuck is a very well-spoken young lady, very eloquent, very humorous in her logs, and a great cacher. She's a great friend. Then I look and I'm like, well, I got to know myself as well. And I like to say that I'm a little bit well-spoken and eloquent, but nowhere near as what she is. I mean, don't get me wrong. My logs are a little bit better than geocaching is fun weed. But
wow, that's a gauntlet thrown.
After thinking through all of those, there's no way that I could compete against Canuck in a log game. I would completely concede this battle to her. But I would say, Scott, it might be a good idea as a one-up-me contest. Maybe that we throw out all logs from October 1 of this year through the end of the year. are up for some sort of competition, keep it in the future so all people have a normal chance, or everybody has the same amount of chance to do it. Maybe keep logs under 150 words, just to, keep the less eloquent, less well-spoken people still in a good place. But throw it out there for you. I completely concede this gauntlet. There's no way that I would ever beat Canuck in a word contest.
Right.
But maybe it's something that would be cool for a future One Up Me.
Good to know. Hey, you know what? There's a thought. I will add that to the One Up Me list. Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. Well, I wanted to call in. You guys are doing great. I'm sorry I missed you at West Bend. Hopefully I'll catch you guys soon.
You be well, buddy. We'll talk soon.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye. Sorry. Back on topic. So maybe we will. Maybe I will. Excuse me. Maybe I will refresh the game board and archive some of my older caches. I mean, again, like they're just. I mean, let's put it this way: out of towners don't go for those caches. They don't go for those. They're they're 1.5. They go for my house one that's got the high favorites. So yeah, Jess, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I struggle sometimes with that was such a fun hide, or something like that. There's a little discussion in the chat room about when I mentioned throwing a needs maintenance on, and there's discussion as to whether a needs maintenance log would bring the cache to the reviewer's attention. And I don't think that in and of itself necessarily would, but that with like DNFs definitely would. And I actually, so this is a cache that I'm debating archiving, and it's actually under my son's account, and this cache is from 10 years ago. It has 228 finds. One favorite point. one favorite point.
Was that from you or from me?
I don't know who gave it a favorite point. 228 finds. And it's in front of one of those jumpy places. Now, 10 years ago, my son was 6. And so he hid a cache in front of, he hid this. I mean, this is all him. He was really into it when he was 6. And he put this cache in front of a jumpy place, and he put in the cache description, "I've not ever been here, but I want to go. Tell me in your log if you've been here and help me convince my mom to take me."
Oh.
And so all the logs are like, "Yeah, mom, take him to the jumpy place." Of course,
nice parenting.
I know, right? We'd been there a lot by then. I think when this was hidden, it was brand new. So anyway, it has recently gone missing over just a few months ago, within the past like 3 months. It has 4 DNFs on it. That's it. 2 of them on the same day by 2 people who were caching together. 2 other DNFs. So that's it since June. However, because my son's account has not been logged into since 2019, because he's not really an active cacher anymore, that flagged the reviewer, and the reviewer disabled it. So sometimes it doesn't even take a needs maintenance or needs archive. There's an algorithm. We've talked about this before, like the health score. So this is a simple park and grab, 4 DNFs, an account that hasn't been logged into in 3 or 4 years, and it flagged it. So just an FYI. So I have like 3 days to decide if I'm going to run out there and replace this or not.
What do you do?
I don't know. What do I do? Community, help me here. What do I do?
Refresh the game board.
But it's a special cache because it's his one and only hide, and it has one favorite point.
It's gotta be one of us. It must be.
I don't know.
It's special to you.
Right.
We do have some comments here from some of our listeners of tonight's show. Do you allow people to log the cache if they are the last one before you archive it?
Like if somebody says they'd log a DNF and they say this is missing, you go out and confirm that it's missing and then archive it?
Yes. Like if it's gone, and you're like, I'm just going to archive it. Go ahead, log it. I do. I say, yeah, go ahead and log it. I'm going to archive it.
Probably.
I do. Yes. Jess?
Probably. If it's really missing, yeah, probably.
Chad?
Yep.
Okay. Next up, we got I will try. Jim Stark says, I will try to keep my first hide going as long as I can. It has changed several times from its original design and moved slightly once. It is nothing special other than my first. Yeah, see? He's
Mm-hmm.
man, but Jim, we
Right.
got to refresh, man. It's mine are nothing. Mine are crap now to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Station Tuna, best name in geocaching, says, do you archive a cache that's part of a series, specifically one that's in the middle of it? I have a series that tells a non-linear story, but still, so getting rid of one would be an issue. So yeah, you can't do that. If it tells a story, you can't really do that. I did one. I had a series called Web Design. It was a Web Design 101, Web Design
It was
201.
a great series.
And it touched all different aspects of design: CSS, HTML, Flash, JavaScript. I can't remember what the others were. And I had it for years. And then once you got them all, you got you had the final exam, which was everything you learned. You had to you had to do this project of everything you learned to get the final chords. And funny story about that is I archived that cache, that whole series. Okay. Just because I can't remember why I archived it. I really honestly can't.
I think because some of the technology wasn't available
Yeah,
anymore.
Flash went away, and so same thing with my smartphone's rule cache. That one's on its way out.
That one was a really fun
It's a
one.
great cache, and it's half of the apps that you use aren't even around anymore. But here nor there. So the funny part is the final exam for the web design series was in a park under a magnetic under a jungle gym. Remember, I put this out in like 2010, Chad.
Mhm.
Okay. Back then, perfectly legal.
Right.
So what happened is I archived the cache. I replaced the final with another. Boom, put a new log in there, tried to make a cache, and Reviewer Smith was like, nope, you can't
Nope.
put it in the park. I'm like, I just had it in the park. He's like, yeah, that was grandfather did. This one you can't put in the park. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have archived it if I knew that was the
Can I
case.
unarchive my cache? No.
So yeah, so gas station tuna, I would say you might have to archive the whole thing if you're going to archive that. Just that. And then Brian Root says, hot take, someone with less than 100 fines shouldn't have access to the needs archive option. I am all on board with that, dude. 1,000% on board with that. Yeah, that's
I think it was a newbie who got a webcam archived.
Did you remember that?
Right before a mega.
Oh, right before Geo Woodstock. Right
Yeah.
before oh,
Someone with like less than 100 fines was like, the camera, it only works sometimes.
Yeah. That's
archived.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah. I remember it was the big stink over it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, people were
That was
super
years
pissed
ago.
about it. Yeah, super pissed about it. All right. Oh, guess who's going to calling the 800 number? Don't call the 800 number. Oh man, now we got to change our number.
Yeah.
It's too much work. All right, guys.
It took us a long time to come up with this one.
It sure did. Yeah.
But add that to the criteria. Check all of the other 8XX numbers to make sure.
Guys, we say it every show, 808-468-7924. It's literally written right here. It's literally scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
It is not toll free. We pay for the calls.
It's
wait,
everywhere.
I guess that's the same concept as toll free.
Yeah, for them it's toll free. Yeah.
It's Hawaii. It's wishful thinking. 808 is a Hawaii exchange.
That's a Hawaiian exchange. All right, guys, that's the show. Archiving caches. Thanks everybody who called in. Appreciate it. If you want, give us your thoughts. Shoot us an email and let us know your thoughts on this if you have it. Next week, guys. It's a no bueno, Chad.
No bueno show.
No bueno show. I'm gonna be in Houston for work, so it's a no bueno show. Next week's episode that needs a virtual.
Ooh.
That's a show, guys. With no Chad's, you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb saying I know Chad's gonna get this virtual. I know he's gonna get it. And so, guys, we're gonna talk about places that need a virtual that don't have one yet. That's what we're going. That's a topic for these two tonight, guys. You got to call in, help them out. If you guys know a place that needs a virtual, you call in, you tell them. Maybe someone will put one there. Then you'll have it.
Yeah.
That's next week's show. So, Jed, thank you so much. Jesse, thank you so much. Good insights on archiving caches. Hope everybody learned something tonight, maybe, hopefully. And we will talk to you guys real soon. Here we go. Please join us again every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central as we stream live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our website, geocachingpodcast.com. The archive video versions of our podcast are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available wherever you find your favorite podcasts. If you like the show, please head on over to Apple Podcasts and rate, review, and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure you click that subscribe or get notified buttons to know exactly when we go live. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $5, you will get a ton of additional information, extra video, extra audio, only available to our patron members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cachly, Logwork, FTF Geocacher Magazine, the Max Odds Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Ardent Crafted, PatTags.com, Geocaching Adventures LLC, and GeoGo. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make a purchase, you tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week, so we'll see you next week talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones, and we'll talk to you guys next week. And we're clear. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. What did somebody say? Brent Sawyer says, Jed, do you need me to check on any of your caches for you while I'm here?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Guys, I'm there for literally like 24 hours. I'm there giving a presentation, flying home.
He's not going to go do any of my caches.
I am not going to do it. I'm not even going to have a car. I'm off to Uber cache because I won't even have a
Uber.
Yeah.
So where are you staying roughly?
I don't know. That's all. I'm literally, somebody made my plane. Somebody made my hotel. I am literally just getting in the Uber and it's taking me where it's taking me. I don't know. I know I'm in a fancy schmancy hotel. So, because I got to give a speech to a symposium the next day morning. So,
Enjoy.
Fun. Houston. Yeah, I know. We've been to Houston, right? I've been to Houston. Haven't I? Jess, have I been to Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I thought so. Then when we went to Texas, we went to Dallas, and did we go to Dallas and Houston? Where did we go?
Yeah. We flew in and out of Houston, didn't we? No, we flew in and
Dallas. Was it Dallas?
No. God, I don't remember. That was like before the world ended. That was
You guys did like Dallas, Austin, San Antonio.
I don't even know. So maybe I've never been to Houston. Oh, I'm going. So
I don't know.
I'll be there.
Are we still on?
Yeah. I'm going to end it.
No, but did my kid walk in the door?
Yeah, Kim walked in.
I told him to be home by 10. He's like, I've been home for an hour.
All right, guys. On that note,
no idea.
Everybody be safe. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.